Live.
Oh, you bitch. I
7
wasn't done fixing my hair. Oh my God. Okay. Well, I guess it's really fitting with what the hell's going on, as always, today, kids. What is this little thing? Why do I have a box over in the side? I don't even know. So I gotta
What does
tell
the
you,
little box look like, Jeff?
I don't, it doesn't matter. We ain't got time for this shit because we're live and I wasn't ready for it, okay? Big
Oh,
surprise. Big surprise. Look at Luke's over there pressing buttons. And Luke, can we just talk
No,
about
because it came up with the live show, like telling me uncensored live, and I'm like, I know, bitch, I'm on it, and I had to get it off the screen so I could see.
Surprise! We've got
You
the
tell
rainbow
them.
nut next to me. We've got, I don't even know. Like, Luke's looked like he had cheek fillers done since Tuesday.
Not yet. Next week. Next week, I'm going to get stuff done. I really am.
Bitch, well, the
I've been
poor
talking to Katrina about it. I'm like, what do I get done? Like, do I
the
get
piss
fillers? Do
poor
I get fillers?
makeup
She's like,
job.
do everything.
Oh, stop. He looks even today.
I always look like I need a 6-day nap. You look fine, honey bunny.
He looks fine.
The white cheeks, man, are like, poof.
He does not have white
Called-
cheeks. What are you talking about?
Pull
Called
that camera
contouring,
out. Look
Jeff.
at him. Look at him right there. Look at the contouring.
Bitch, it's called contouring.
He looks like he's got so much pig ass in his cheeks right now.
He looks fine.
Listen,
I
wouldn't
think
hurt
he looks
you to
great.
contour.
I'm
Just
just
saying.
fat, so I always look like my face is filled with shit. But
Meanwhile,
look at how big his cheeks
Fat
look
don't
right
crack.
now. Look at that. Look at that.
I'm waiting to come on, and I notice, oh shit, I look like that girl from The Ring. Is this like some? And it's the lighting. It really is the terrible lighting because I didn't pick up the softbox from you guys.
I look yellow at the moment.
I
Just a little
swear,
jaundice.
I'm pale,
boy.
but I am not this pale. I promise.
Could be a vampire.
Listen, I got called real white today, but we'll get into that later.
I saw that.
Oh, boy.
Did you guys all go read all
I
that?
was saying, fill me
my
in because
God.
I've been hanging out in Wells. What's going on?
It was great. It was pretty epic.
Listen,
It was like
Luke
an
was
episode of Maury Povich.
He was like, I'm living for it. I'm living for it. But first,
Oh my
kids,
God,
I
he's
gotta-
an EMT. Who ever attacked an EMT ever
Listen,
in the entire
listen,
history of EMT?
listen, probably somebody.
Yes.
Crackhead, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Listen, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But listen, kids, so I got to tell you, I was so excited and so mad at the same time because they finally caught the direct subs bandit, okay? It's taken 4 years of my life. I don't even own the damn sub shops anymore, okay? I had a bunch of sub shops when Joe and I were married. When we first, like, you know, we took a break from the show. Karen, Ashley, like Katrina, who's in a plane right now, so that's why she's not here. Marie's down in Florida. She's going to be popping in a little bit. So Joe and I had like a bunch of
She's
sub
being
shops.
safe. Florida's a hot spot.
I was like working at the Grease store, which is like an hour and 20 minutes away from the Auburn store. I get a phone call from one of our employees, like it was Halloween night that we just got robbed. Joe's home with the kids. Gabe was like 3 months old, so he can't do anything. I'm like, so I leave the store. I just lock it up. I don't clean nothing. I just shut everything off and leave the store a train wreck and fly to Auburn. I'm there in no time. We won't talk about how I did that, but I got there real quick, way quicker than I should have. I roll up. Police are surrounding the place. It's duct tape. And I'm like, let me in. I own the joint. You know what I mean? I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I walk in, and the first thing I see is there's a sub on the counter, a melting slushy. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And the cops are like, what? Tell me he didn't have him make food and he didn't take it. They're like, that's what you're worried about? I'm like, that son of a bitch, are you kidding me? I'm like, you make sure that you put that down with the money he took. They're like, you really? I'm like, absolutely. And then I found out he took the brand new knife that I bought. Those things are expensive. I don't know if anybody said I had a restaurant, but those goddamn knives, they're expensive, kids. I'm here to tell you, I just went shopping and they're a bitch to get it. You don't live in a big city and you're not buying like a restaurant chain supply place. They're a son of a bitch. They're expensive. And we had not had a new one in a long time because my partner, she may have been a little cheap. You know what I'm saying? So I got one without her knowing kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I went and got a new knife. He took the new knife. And I'm looking at the employee who also was my nanny at the time and my friend. And I'm like, why did you? He was standing right next to the fryer baskets with hot grease. I'm like, why did you grab the basket and cold clock the son of a bitch? What are you doing? And you were next to a knife too. But you let him take the new knife. He didn't take the stuff. He didn't take the slushy. I'm like, this son of a bitch. I was so pissed. And the cops didn't know what to do with me because I was just on 10. And I started jumping out. And I was walking all over town looking for that knife. So now they got this son of a bitch. Great detective work, fellas. Great detective work. It only took you 2016 to 2020. You know? Hello. Good job.
Did you get any money back?
We had to go do the insurance, but not now. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you what. He's down on bail. Think I'm not going to that son of a bitch's house and gonna knock on the door and be like, I want my fucking knife back, you son of a bitch. You owe me for a half a sub and a slushy. I'm coming for you.
Jeff's gonna break his bubble to get the goddamn knife.
I sure hell am. I'm going right out his goddamn door. Knock, knock, knock. Give me my fucking knife. I know it's in his kitchen because I searched all over this town.
Who doesn't know Jeffrey doesn't leave the house. So if he's gonna go knocking on this guy's door, it's a big deal.
I'm dead serious. I want my knife back. That shit was expensive. Do we have his mugshot? I want everybody to see this asshole because I'm not playing. You see this? Edwin, I'm coming for you, you son of a bitch. I am coming for your ugly, inbred looking ass, allegedly. I'm coming for you. I want my knife. You're going to give me that $2.55 for that slushy. I'm coming for you. I want my knife, and you're going to give me the $5 for that half of stuff because it's called inflation, motherfucker. You're going to give me that fucking, I'm charging you $10 just because of pain and suffering, and then you're going to give me my fucking knife. I'm coming for you, motherfucker. The $2
because he needs some moisture cream for that bad skin.
He need a laser peel. He need a chemical peel. What he need to just start from fresh. I don't know what to tell him. His mother should have swallowed. He's an asshole.
Wow.
Gotta be robbing me on Halloween. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Give me my knife, you cocksucker. Give me my fucking knife,
we don't
you
know what's going on
asshole.
anymore.
And then you're gonna insult me? How you gonna rob me and then not take the food and the goddamn drink?
Jeff, breathe.
No, he was rude. It's insulting. You don't rob a joint and then not take after you make that worker make that food. That's insulting, you asshole. So you won't rob me and then insult me like that. Fuck you.
You done?
Bastard.
You done? One more? Come on, go ahead. I know you got one more.
Ugly fuck.
Thank you. We okay now?
Allegedly.
Stupid ass. Look like he inbred.
He looks like he spent too much time in the sun and hasn't washed enough.
Yeah, he too over there fucking busy allegedly hitting that crack pipe. It was a 2 for Tuesday. He won $6,000. Fuck him. Where's my goddamn knife, you asshole? Give me my fucking knife, you piece of shit.
I love how we all waited. We knew he was going to go again.
Because fuck him. I want my knife. Bastard, come find me. Bitch. Pussy. You know I'm going to be bringing it up all throughout the show.
Yep.
Yeah, I showed you shit on
Oh my God.
Uncensored Radio. What? Come get me.
Shall we talk coronavirus?
Yeah, you want to go right into that? Because then I got
That
some shit to say to
motherfucker
Matt
probably has
Gaetz, too.
coronavirus. He's probably spreading it to everyone. Freaking slushy. That slushy that stayed on the counter. He left the corona with the slushy
You know
on
what
the
the messed up
goddamn
part
counter.
was? I was going around because there was like 30 cops there. I was like, officer, you want to have a sub? One of them finally took it because they knew I was so pissed off. And if one of them didn't take it, I was going to jam it down somebody's throat. They knew it. And somebody had to take that damn slushy because I was so pissed off.
Poisoning after sitting out for at least half an hour.
No, because he put it in the cool. Once they got there, they put it in the cooler. Thank God. And I mean, I was so offended. Like, how are you going to rob a place and then not take the food? Like, it's not like he ran out of there. He wasn't in that much of a hurry. He had the knife. Kale was backed up to the thing. Kale wasn't doing nothing, which I was like, you wimp. Like, are you kidding me? I can say it now. It's 4 years later. He was my nanny and friend. Like, you wimp bitch. Let me tell you what. I threw more people out of that sub shop. I wasn't afraid. When you took one of the damn sub knives, it was a sharp one, but Jesus, Cal was standing next to a hot fryer with grease. Take that damn fryer basket, whack that ugly bitch upside the head. Look at him. He wasn't nobody tall, bitch. Short little wimpy looking ass.
Oh my God.
No muscles.
Jeff, would you say you are a hostile employer?
No, actually, I was really nice. It was the other one that wasn't so
No,
nice.
I'm sweet.
I can see when you're saying like your employee who was like being held up with the weapon that could kill them.
That one girl didn't like me because I hired her, and then her first day she was supposed to be alone. She called in because she told me she was hungover, and I was like, "Well, suck it up, drink some Pedialyte, and get to work." And she was like, "Fuck you, you're fired."
Well, yeah, that's you get to fire them
Fair
for not showing. That's fair.
That's ridiculous. Who does that on their first day of a job?
Right.
It's your first
Who
time
actually
being
brings up
alone.
getting hungover?
And then the other, I'd walk them through in their interviews and say, okay, you have to get on your knees and you have to clean this because I was sick of people. You know, like you have to do this and you're, oh yeah, I could do that. And then like you train them, they're like, oh, I can't get down on my knees. Well, I took you through on the interview. And then I'd be like, well, it's like the Hunger Games here. May the odds be ever in your favor. Whoever does the best job gets the hours. They didn't really like that. So, you know, we've just cut back on the hours. And that's how I roll. Like, you know, like I'm not going to fight with you. You're grown people. You either do
Every
the job.
restaurant, they don't fire anybody. They just cut back on your hours to leave. Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't going to play games. Like either you did the job or you didn't get the hours. Like, I went through 17 people in a year and I trained them all myself. Like, I don't care. You're either going to do the job or you won't because nobody cared. You know what I mean? Like, I tried paying over minimum wage.
What were you doing wrong during this training?
Well,
17 failures.
You gotta understand,
17.
like it's a sub shop. It's a sub shop. Nobody wanted to do the work. Like you know what I mean? There's a bunch of like you have to clean the place. It's a big place. You have to mop the floors. Nobody wanted to mop those damn floors. Nobody wanted to actually. You know what I mean? It was a sub shop that had a flat top grill and a fryer. Nobody wanted to do their work, dude. Not for $10 an hour. Minimum wage at the time was like 8 something, 9. Or whatever, you know. So I tried to do like at least $1 something over minimum wage to start, but nobody wanted. Who wanted to do their work?
I mean, Burger King doing that for less.
Yeah, but you had more people. You were working by yourself at night.
Jeff, do you remember Taco Bell at the end of the night having to stick your hand to that sink? Oh,
no, I don't know what you talk about. No,
Angie.
My favorite thing was in the interview process. I would really screw with people. Like I would ask all these like mess them up questions and try to really screw with them, and then I would look at them dead serious, especially the young ones, and I would say, "Who's your favorite new kid on the block and why?" And the panic.
That's great.
They would be like,
I don't even know who the new kid. I know who the new kids on the block are. I know their songs. I don't know their names. Who they were.
They would do
Guys,
the Mariah Carey. They're like,
step by step.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. And I'd be like, I'm sorry, then you're not going to be able to work here.
I have no idea who it is.
They're like, what? What? And I'm like, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. That's just a play question. They'd be like, oh my God, you're too much. Like I would try to have fun with people. Like I wanted.
Are you guys reading the comments? Angie had a good one.
What?
No, I'm so terrible with getting into them.
Angie said, I'm going to need more than $10 to get on my knees.
There was no sexual favors being paid.
Oh, wow. Hey, Angie. See, I never read these comments, and then I like find out all about everything afterwards. There, I'm looking at them. Now I need to get back into the show. This is hard for my blonde head.
Okay, will you move it up
There we go.
and you hit the X?
No, I did it.
I've got it on the live comments right now.
Hallelujah,
Watching them
I'm back.
come in.
All right, kids. Well,
She popped right up.
let's go right into the deep topic. Let's get into COVID, and then we'll go into the whiny cop and her fucking egg McMuffin.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wait, we're missing Vera here. Wait, Vera, because we had feedback from Vera. Wait.
Oh, got it. I've been watching the COVID very carefully. I checked the.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at the COVID. Angie did it again.
I've just because you know how many assholes were on Facebook right after the first George Floyd protest saying, no, nobody cares about Corona. But I been watching it really carefully, and none of the states with the highest number of protests have seen a spike. All of the states that are spiking right now are the states that opened up first. Florida, Texas, and Arizona are on the verge of medical system overwhelm. And it's people refusing. The governor of Arizona still refusing to make masks mandatory for anyone. Florida is not even counting all of their tests, and they're blaming testing for their uprise. And the Carolinas are seeing a spike. It's all of the states that open too quickly, too fast.
When I saw that in Florida, one of the bars, 16 friends ended up coming down with COVID from one bar. One bar.
Yeah, one night.
Yeah.
Just one night. They all went out together one night. Thought, how bad could it be? Bingo. That's how bad it could be. I saw a kid in the news the other night that was saying, I never thought it could be this bad. I thought it was all a hoax. I feel worse than I've ever felt in my whole life. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I mean, it's out there. It's not a hoax, people. You want to believe it came in Hillary's suitcase? I don't care. But mask up, wash your hands, pay attention. You can die.
Exactly. And, you know, because the thing is, a lot of us have been so blessed that we haven't had to deal with it firsthand. Like, you know, you and I, Vera, we haven't had to nurse anybody with COVID. We're lucky. The thing is, things are out of sight, out of mind, then it becomes a fantasy. Our lives are very comfortable in the Western world, where people then can sit back and go, oh, well, this isn't real, this isn't real. You know what? Go down and volunteer and see. They probably don't accept volunteers because it's too risky. But, you know, it is happening, and people need to take it seriously because it's human lives.
You and I are going to work every day and using universal precautions. You know, we're not ignoring the fact that this could affect us adversely. We're masking up. Some days I wear shields. If I have to see somebody who's at risk, you know, gloved up, washing my hands 8, 9, 10, 15 times a day. You know, take it for, I mean, I told that one girl on our page, if she didn't believe it was for real, she should lick a doorknob. She told me she was gonna.
I saw that.
I went to work I went back to work like 3 weeks ago, and I'm in an office space and we're taking extra precautions. I have this fogging machine that I use to fog down the conference rooms after every conference. I've got plexiglass shields up on my desk. I have a mask. We're wiping everything down. We're doing the best we can to keep everyone safe. We have a lot of elderly clientele, and we're just trying to protect everyone. And, you know, even if you don't believe it's real, have enough respect for the people in your life that do, and mask up. Like, everyone's uncomfortable in the goddamn mask. Everyone is. Even the people who are like, they wear them regularly. Everyone is sick of wearing a mask. Just do it.
This is so crazy. Now everyone's like, wear the mask, wear the mask. Remember in one of the first episodes, I said, like a family member of mine was at work and was told not to wear the mask. Oh, it's frightening people. We're told not to wear, like we aren't actually told, but nobody wears a mask working unless we're going into a contact precaution room. But then in saying that, I'm in an area where there's actually zero. Queensland has zero COVID now.
Nice.
Like none. So, you know, the precaution, like social distancing, everything like that's still in place. Cinemas still aren't open. Restaurants and that are allowed to have so many people. Like things are slowly starting back up.
I don't even go into the lobby to hand off a medication pack to a patient without a mask on. I am masked up all day long. And there's no such thing as CO2 poisoning from wearing a mask, people. That's bullshit.
You know what drives me crazy about people in masks? And I just saw this the other day, and I'm just going to have to show you with my little rag here. So we've all seen people who do that, which is pointless. But I saw this the other day, which was great.
Oh, they
What?
must be related to
So
Uncle
they're still
Vinny.
breathing out their nose everywhere.
Tell me, what is the freaking
And in.
point? Just take the mask off if you're not even going to cover yourself up. No joke. It was just,
Oh, Vera's
Oh, look,
gonna
Vera looks
demonstrate.
like she's ready to go and
yeah,
burn something
Vera,
down.
get it.
You can't see me mouth. Fuck off. I have so many masks, and they're all color coordinated with my shirt.
Okay, I do have to say the biggest thing that was really disturbing me, because I don't really get out much during all this,
Until
which
you
is
go after
why
that guy with a fucking knife.
it really is true. Like, and that's how you know how pissed off I am. The fact that I am going to go knock on this door. It's not harassment, by the way, kids. I'm just going over there to ask for my property back.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to end well.
Get back onto this poor
What's he gonna
loser.
do?
How pathetic. Leave
He's
him.
already back on.
He's obviously such a downtrodden loser that he robbed your sub shop. Like, how low could you go?
Well,
To
he's
rob
about to
Jeffrey.
find out how low I'm going to go when I go knocking on his goddamn door. Tell him
Actually,
I want my
bitch,
shit
you're
back
a target.
You know what you need to
People
do?
love rubbing your
Bring
ass.
with my
Bring
numb
a slushie. Bring a slushie and throw it in his face.
Oh my
Do it.
God.
I dare you.
You know what,
dare
James? We're going to bring the camera crew. We're going to be live on uncensored radio when I go to this
Excuse me.
SOB
Do
store.
not put my James
You're
in
gonna get
harm's
shot.
way. I'm not okay.
James is
You are gonna
I'm
get
already
shot.
I'm already put in harm's way every day at my
What
job.
great ratings would that be if I got shot live on air?
Jeff.
Afraid.
I will
You're bother.
Listen, people, listen. All you people that watch this crap, make sure you donate. If I die on air, you better make sure my kids are taken care of. You can Venmo me at Jeffrey Emmett on Venmo. Okay, you can start sending
Oh my
now. I'm
God.
There's
saying.
gotta be like
Jeff, I say this with the utmost respect.
I can't.
How much money did he actually get besides the
$1,000.
retail cost of the knife? How much?
Over $1,000. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that actually.
whoops.
Too late.
How come people keep robbing you, though, Jeff? It
Hey,
just keeps happening.
That was actually the first time I think that the Auburn store had ever really been robbed. I didn't give the dollar amount, so
And
I
he
think it's okay.
clearly needed it to give
Well,
to the poor.
Here's the thing, though.
There was-
You know how
You got stabbed at the Taco Village.
Here's the craziest
What?
thing is so that
There was
day when we got robbed, somebody had posted it in that group. You're from Auburn-esque.
Mhm.
And I was like, everybody's okay, people, but please remember tomorrow's 2 for Tuesday and we have all these specials. We lost all this money. So please come in and
Fucking
support
Jeff,
us.
you're
blah,
always
blah, blah.
hustling.
Exactly, bitch. I never miss an opportunity to plug. I'm like Barbara Walters when she had that book audition, and everywhere she went, she's like, my name's Barbara Walters and my book audition, and make sure you watch The View. Bitches, everywhere I go, even when my uncle died, I'm like, oh, I have a radio show. It's back. You remember Uncensored Radio? I don't care where I am. At the kids' school.
You know what the best
doctor's
part's going to
office.
be? You guys are going to go up to this guy's door. He's going to knock, and he's probably going to stab you with your own knife.
Yeah, probably.
James
But
is
do
going to
you
just, no,
know-
I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done, sweetheart. He's going to just zoom in on you, and you're going to go, follow us at Live ECR.
Exactly.
You think that I'm not gonna go over to Hottie Cop next door before I go and get to his vest?
Oh, Jeff,
I mean,
I've ordered Uncensored Radio shirts. So when we do your open casket, because that will broadcast that too, you can be wearing it.
Just make sure I'm standing up after they do the autopsy.
I'll do
and
your
they-
makeup.
They cut me real thin. And they, I want to make sure
I'll
that
do
I'm
your
looking
makeup,
thin.
Bubs. Hey, Jenny
Okay.
told you that you can get that shit done while you're still alive, remember? If you want,
Listen,
if you want
this son of a
surgery,
bitch.
Jenny was
He's
like,
not-
you
let
can
me
get
tell
that
you what.
done now.
That little scrawny, alleged inbred looking SOB
Can we
is
throw the
not
disclaimer up?
getting me. He is not getting me. It'll be a cold day in hell. Okay? just because I'm back on the Kirstie Alley when she's off Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig.
I say, wasn't it
Daddy's-
Craig?
Daddy's put the weight back on. Listen, okay? In those kind of situations, Daddy is a heightened motherfucker, okay? I will move like a damn ninja. He is not
Yes,
getting me.
Daddy.
He's not taking me out, okay? I will
Daddy.
barrel roll between his legs, end up behind him, and take him out. Ain't gonna be me. I may end up in jail, but it ain't gonna be me. Which either way, let's get the footage. It's going
So tell us
down.
how you really feel about everything.
Okay, well, let's talk about Matt Gaetz and his magical son that just appeared. Can we talk about that, please? The Cuban he just got that is how old is he now? What, 19?
Did
My
I miss,
helper.
Wait,
My
did I miss
helper, he
something?
called him.
What?
did I miss something? What's going on
He
here?
called him my helper. He referred
Yes.
to him as my helper.
Yes, for years. Like there's a video of him at
Oh,
Christmas
okay.
time where he's like, my helper, and introduced him as that, and then it was like his page, and then he's like, my son that's from Cuba, legal of course. That's not his son, that's his lover. Who the hell is he playing? That classic case, McDonald's eyebrow wearing, ugly ass, DWI having mofo, who last week, did you know that he was the lone congressman? Is that what the hell he is? I don't even pay attention. 'Cause I
That's the
can't
lone
see.
Let's
congressman
pick through this
with
passage
voted
because obviously I don't know who we're talking about. Let's
He-
see.
I don't know who he's talking about either.
Matt Gaetz?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Congressman from Florida. He's
Yeah.
very right wing. He's very conservative. He is
We need a
wore the
pick.
gas
up Trump's
when
ass. He
COVID
could lick his tonsils. He's
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell. He's an asshole.
When COVID first hit, he showed up to Congress with the gas mask on. Like, he's such a pompous asshole. So, listen, this douchebag is the only one. So, he's got this kid, right? That he's been hiding somewhere. He's the only person that voted. He was the only person that voted against a bill that was like anti-human trafficking.
Yeah.
What?
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 How can you be pro-human
fuck?
trafficking?
What
No.
the fuck? What the fuck? You've been hiding a kid from Cuba, from the rest of the world, and you're voting against human trafficking. You're the only person that's like going against a bill that's like anti-human trafficking.
He's an
Are you
asshole.
ready? What
He's an
in the
asshole.
actual? And then there's all these stories about him being a closet case fruit, and you know that he was down in Florida and all this alleged stuff happened, and that maybe one of his lovers accidentally died, and that's all alleged though. I don't have no proof in that, but I'd like to find out. But he's got these horrible eyebrows, and it gives gay men a bad name everywhere because they got like the McDonald's arches in them,
Yeah.
And he doesn't trim them, so he's got like all these long hair, so he looks like the devil. But the arches are what really get to me. So it's like you got to be a classic case homo with those eyebrows, you asshole. Go get them trimmed. And now we find out, like, so he was all against all this shit with Black Lives Matters and just everything. He's against the gays, he's against everybody. And now he's going to tote out his hidden son because it's convenient for him? Oh, hell no. Matt, come out the closet, find Jesus, do something with your life, and go repent. Seriously,
Oh, I think
asshole.
he pretends he's found Jesus. He thinks he's found Jesus.
Yeah,
He
New
talks
Mexico.
about Jesus.
Well, he was slobbering on
courts
his
the
knob.
evangelical pope, but he's a sinner. Just
Oh.
not that I care. But he's an asshole.
I apparently need to do some reading on this
Oh,
guy.
yeah. Like, allegedly, I'm saying this allegedly, a little comedy here, kids. Like, he would be that congressman.
Disclaimer,
He would
quick.
be that. Yeah, disclaimer. He would be
I
that
am not
congressman.
saying he is allegedly an asshole. I am
Well,
saying
no,
he is an
I'm
asshole.
saying, but the congressmen, the slimy, greasy assholes, you know what I mean, that carry like the freaking liquor in their coat pocket and the bag of cocaine.
So all of
He'd
them.
be the one. Oh
So
yeah,
open.
like he's blowing the lines of cocaine and sucking dick in the bathroom. Like he's the one. He's
Yikes.
the grease. He's probably what's the other one that just came that we just outed her? What's her? Lindsay. He's probably taking it up the ass by Matt Gatz. I'm telling you. But I really think it's gonna come out that this kid is not his son. That it's his fucking secret lover, and allegedly this dude. What I'm really worried about is that this is not his son, and that we're gonna find out that this motherfucker's a pedophile. That's what I'm scared of, and it's terrifying. That this fucking asshole is a pedophile.
Well,
That's what I'm worried about.
They already covered that up. They killed Epstein. It's all over.
Well, and that was something too, that he was the one that was like shooting down Epstein shit. He didn't want to talk about it. He's a part of all this shit.
There you go.
So that exactly.
It all makes
exactly.
sense now.
And now he's been hiding this kid, allegedly. Alleged. So
Disclaimer, just leave it up for a little bit.
these are the things, like with this dude, that are all questionable. These are questions that need to be asked. Matt, you got some shit to answer to, buddy. So let's get the questions answered. You freak. You freak. Answer the questions, asshole.
Jeffrey, you're on something tonight, man.
No,
Yeah, I mean-
I'm really not.
No. I don't mean about this. I just mean you are wild.
honestly.
No, I'm not on the Matt Gatz diet. I'm not taking none of his pills. I'd be afraid. He probably got some Quaaludes from Cosby.
Why did you stop
Wow.
your ADHD med, Jeffrey? Why'd you stop?
Well, because she didn't really give it to me for ADHD. She gave it to me to get skinny.
You can pull the disclaimer down, James.
And the shrink did not want me taking them.
Sorry, I
with
didn't realize it was still up.
It's
the
okay.
anxiety meds he put me on. He was worried about some side effects, so he cut me loose from it, which was very sad because it was very, very. What was it called?
Atomoxetine.
Yeah. So it's like not all the crazy shit that Adderall is. So it's supposed to be non-addictive, which it really wasn't because I've been on Adderall.
But it's not supposed to be used for weight loss.
Well,
It's not a legal indication.
apparently in all the new studies, like it's great for it, and it really works.
Hey,
It
Jeff, you
kinda
want a really
fantastic.
great way to lose some weight? Do some breastfeeding.
I've tried. My ducts are clogged.
Oof. Gonna get that mastitis. It's
This
not
one
good.
guy I met on ladies and fellas, if you're looking, maybe for a fella that could help you out, go to seekingarrangement.com. This guy, he was all into breastfeeding. Was a lot of money on the table. I'm just kidding. I
Okay,
can't even do that joke. Is the next thing I know.
Does he want some milk? I have a freezer full.
I don't know, but you could probably check out Seeking Arrangements. I'm sure somebody on there would probably pay you.
Kyle! Don't
Okay,
hate
kids.
me.
So I got to tell you, the other crazy shit that has gone on today, right? So I don't know if you guys, I've seen it on Twitter days ago about the lady cop crying on Twitter because her English muffin meal, and I don't know if I could do this with a straight face, and her, little hash brown there took too long. So they asked her to pull up, and she had a breakdown about it, and she started crying in the video, saying because she was a cop and she'd been a cop for 15 years, and now she was scared. And when they finally brought her out, she couldn't understand why it had taken so long, and she had worked 12 hours, and she was just so hungry. She was so hungry.
Has she never gone to McDonald's before?
That was kind of my thing. She was just so hungry. And she
That
was
whole
just too,
thing.
We all have to
she
pull
was
over.
too afraid.
That whole thing just reminds me of that scene in Super Troopers where Farva looks at them and goes, "Does this like spit on my burger?" Yeah. Ah, fuck it. I feel like a real cop again. Eats the spit burger.
Here's
Good
the
for
thing,
him,
she
Farva.
was too afraid to take the food because when they came out to the car, all they brought her was the coffee. So she was too afraid to take the food because she didn't know what could happen to it because they might have done
Okay.
something to it, and it took too long.
Okay,
mean-
sorry, audience. I'm going to be the one that's hated again, but I did think the video was ludicrous and that she should have a little bit more fucking insight and not be stupid on camera. But I also see it from another side because, you know, it's and I mean, your neighbour's a police officer too, Jeff, and my brother was a police officer. He's a lawyer
retired.
now. Yeah, well, he's retired. My brother left that industry because it was fucking stressful.
My
It's
uncle,
really
you know
the
what,
stuff they
Trooper.
see and do. So you know what? It might seem so ludicrous. She's crying over the muffin, and it is stupid. But is that what she's really crying over? Like
I was
what?
actually going to back you up because there was this case that I can't remember where it's from. And again, you know, this is to keep the conversation moving. It's not necessarily a personal view, but I can't remember where it was. But there was this case of these cops being poisoned in a milkshake, like in their milkshakes. And a
The
bunch of them.
Shake Shack case was disproven. What happened
Oh, it
was
was?
they were cleaning.
Okay.
It was Shake Shack. It was New York City. It was last week. And what happened was they had cleaned the lines in the shake machine and there was some residual bleach. It was completely unintentional. It was not the police being targeted. That has been totally disproven.
Okay, well, thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so she straightened out. But if you hadn't read that was disproven, I could see how she'd be a little paranoid. However, what Luke said, you know, is it really about the muffin? Is it really
Yeah,
about
I think
the
she
muffin?
was burnt out, and she had been like, she was sort of like someone who was just at the end of a tether, like exhausted. Like when you have just such a horrible time where little things just are so big.
Right.
I think the muffin
Right.
was the big thing.
Right.
I don't
But
think she
Luke-
should have a video out there doing that though. That's just completely self-indulgent.
Why does she
rubbish.
need to put every temper tantrum and tear on?
Exactly.
video?
I'm agreeing with
They-
you, Vera.
they all
It
do.
shouldn't have been on TV.
But
You know?
that was
Cry
kind
on your
of the-
pillow, baby. Cry on your pillow.
That was the whole point of my post. Okay, well, part of it, right? So let me go through what happened on my post, and then we'll go into.
Oh shit! I'm going to read the chat room while you do this.
Oh, no, Angie brought
go-
up a good point. She said if you're paranoid that someone's going to do something to your food, don't go eat out. And that's a very solid point.
Right. So her video, right? But then here's the thing. She didn't want the food, but she took the coffee. So obviously she really wasn't that fucking worried, was she?
That's
because
true.
If she was that worried, she wouldn't have taken the coffee either. Let's just be honest, okay?
Yep. No,
But
good
so
point.
my point on the post was I kind of went off on a tangent that if you're that concerned and you're crying on a video that you're worried, I don't feel safe with you having a gun. Okay? Because you're at this point, I don't feel like you're stable. You need to be pulled off active duty immediately. Because right now, you're having a nervous breakdown over an English muffin. Have you ever been to McDonald's before, lady? Do you know what they're all about? This happens on a daily basis to everybody. But right now, what you're feeling is what Black people go through daily. This is why this is happening. This is why people are protesting and losing their minds. Mm-hmm. You can go and take that uniform off, and guess what? You wouldn't be worried about it, would you? No, you wouldn't, because you took your uniform off. But guess what? Black people can't take their skin off. They can't take the black off. But you, bitch, you can take your motherfucking uniform off. So you know what? I don't want to hear you crying over no English fucking muffin, bitch. So that's what really got to me and got under my skin. Because she's just getting a small taste of what Black people go through every day in the world. Every day. So all these people that are like, all lives matter. Oh, Black people, racism. No. Bitch, that's what she's going through, that are all like, oh my God. Poor woman. Oh, you can sympathize with her, but you can't see what Black people are. She can take their uniform off and go back to McDonald's. If that's really what happened to her, if she was really profiled because she was a police officer, okay, maybe, allegedly, that's what really happened at that McDonald's. Okay?
Doubt it, but yeah.
Maybe. Okay? But that's what Black people, that's what's happening to them daily. That people are ignoring and they're choosing not to see. No matter how much proof is put in front of them, no matter what you say or do, they're not going to believe it. And then This is the comment I got on my post. If we could pull it up. Or not. Maybe not.
Hang on.
He
Maybe.
wasn't prepared. He probably didn't know I was coming with this.
There we go.
So the comment says, one comment only. The day you start working on the street as any type of first responder, then you can have an opinion on this video. Until that point, keep your opinions in your cushy home and stop being a racist. I put in over half my life as an EMT. I know where she's coming from, as all too often people see a uniform and assume that they are there to take something away. I've been attacked on the job. I've been spit on walking into stores and restaurants, and I know what it's like. Generally, I go along with your opinions because despite the fact you're whiter than I am, you always seem to feel you know more about race relations. This time, though, you're dead ass wrong, son. The day you take a job where you work... Yeah, and this dude's a white dude, by the way. The day you take a job where you work for the safety of the general public as a first responder, then come talk to me. Until then, step off.
I have some.
Well, I
feelings.
guess that comes back to what I was just saying there. It's like, yeah, look, the lady was probably crying about something else, really, is the fact that there's a lot of pressure and the job's not a nice job. And it can really take it out of you. Look.
Angie.
Blue,
these comments
Like I have some feelings.
That
about
comment's crazy. That comment is
number
crazy
one,
too.
How are you a racist for calling out a cop?
Wait,
number
I'm
one.
gonna keep.
And number two, I don't doubt that an EMT has never been attacked on a job. I'm sure they have. Sure they have. However, I fully doubt you're getting spit on in restaurants and stores because you're an EMT.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
like, you know, when they're
You're
trying
responding to
like,
somebody who's off their
deal with
face and whatever. But
yeah, maybe with somebody who's having a seizure. But here's the thing. Did you notice what he put in there? Your cushy home. This is a person I've known for like almost 20 years. They've been to my house. I have a big home. I have a nice home. But you know what? I've busted my ass for everything I've owned. Nobody's handed it to me. Now, the wife jumped on here, who happens to be a trans female. Okay?
Now, I mean,
tread
Puerto Rican.
lightly.
I want to back up here just for a second before you say this, Jeffrey. I want to back up just for a second. Luke, you and I both work in stressful jobs every single day. We have patients go bonkers on us. It's not about wearing a uniform. It's just about where the patient is. And
but Vera, you and I are together enough. We don't post videos crying about it. There's days when I come home, I'm fucking furious. I've had a terrible day. I've had people abusing me, violently attacking me. I don't carry on live on air like, like you just don't do it. You're a professional. Leave that shit off social media.
Well, and
talk to a counselor, baby.
Exactly. We could lose our job if we went on social media every time a patient's mean to us.
Yep.
And I do want to point out that I cut his name off because I've known him 20 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we're not into cancel culture here. We've done a show.
Well, the thing is, it's like, you know, and I posted in the comments when the wife and I were going back and forth, like, dude, him and I disagree on tons of shit. I didn't go on his post. I don't call him a racist. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even though, whatever. So, you know, the cushy house thing was like, dude, I've worked for everything I had. The wife made it a point to talk about, you know, he got a house. His parents helped him out with the house. Nobody helped me out with my house. Nobody helped Joe and I out with our house. We had to take care of business. We did all this on our own. You know, everything that I have, I had to claw and scrape my way to get to. Nothing was handed to us.
And isn't that the culture nowadays? Is, you know, pick yourself up by your bootstraps or pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get it done?
Didn't help me get anything. So I'm just saying that. But then, you know, I was told in the comments that I was raised differently, and it's not my fault. That somebody had to teach me this, and that I was.
And so it's okay that somebody might have taught her to be a racist?
I was spewing anti-white propaganda and anti-police propaganda.
Now,
so that's why I'm being called a racist, because I'm spewing anti-white propaganda.
Now, internalized racism is totally a thing. So, okay, but what is the point of bringing that up in this situation?
Well,
Like,
because that's what they're trying to say is that I'm anti-white.
Well, you did bring up the fact that black people can't take their skin off. You did bring race into the whole thing.
Well, because
But-
because my point was to. You're right, I did, because this cop is getting a taste of what it's like to be black in America, because she's the one crying, I'm so scared because I didn't get an English muffin. Well, how does it feel? You can take that uniform off, but you know what? Black people can't
do
take
we
their
know
skin
that
off.
cop though? Do we know her? Like, do we know what
No.
she went through that day? Do we know?
No, and I don't care.
Has she been through
I
traumatic
don't
shit?
care.
Just the video shouldn't be out there. That's all. She shouldn't have done the video.
it's
Just
definitely
stupid.
seeking attention. And it's inappropriate in these times right now, honestly. Like,
It is. I
You're-
agree completely.
you're crying over, and again, Luke, I'm going to back you up on this. We don't know what she went through that day. However, you crying over an English muffin at whatever time in the morning, and I thought it was a hash brown at first, but you crying over breakfast food.
Well, if there's a hash brown,
Well, I will burn that McDonald's down for a fucking hash brown. Let me say that. However, in these times, don't you think it's a little inappropriate to be crying over breakfast food? You know,
absolutely.
figure what's
Absolutely.
going on.
Be a professional, baby.
Too was
Save
that I
your
kept
tears for
saying
your
that
pillow and your counselor.
This
I'm going to
chick
go
is
on a
not-
little tangent here because I used to work with a woman who dated a cop. And he was a lovely man and she was a lovely woman. I don't want to bring any names or personalities into it. But he came in all the time with free coffee. And he would tell us that restaurants like to give cops free coffee because it made them feel safer to have the cops come in during their shift to get coffee.
Oh, a lot of people do.
So let's tell, there really are some perks to being a cop, even if you didn't get your English muffin. And for crying out loud, I waited.
She brought that up in the video.
French fries. Why does a McDonald's not have French fries?
Their French fries are trash. Fight me. Fight me.
I think,
Well,
though,
now they're
too,
not
it's a
gonna
little bit
sponsor us.
indicative of the culture now where,
No
like,
regrets.
there's a lot of discussions over there in the US where you want to, like, defund the police and rebuild a new institution and all of that kind of stuff. So I guess that's probably where this video's sort of coming from, where it's like, we're suddenly the most hated people in the world, which I don't think is really the case. I just think things have boiled over there, and that probably there needs to be a lot of change done to the way the world operates, because the world keeps changing and we can't keep relying on the old ways.
I have zero sympathy for this bitch, okay? Zero.
I can
Do
tell.
I think she should be a police officer right now? No. I think she needs to be pulled from active duty because I don't think she's mentally stable at all. Like, she does not seem like somebody who needs to be having a gun. Because if you can't handle the situation at McDonald's, I don't feel like me and my child are safe with you behind the wheel of a police cruiser with a gun at your head.
And there's been something going around saying like lawyers have to, go through background checks and, they're just torn apart. They have to study the law for so many years in order to practice it. But a cop only has to go through like months of schooling in order to enforce it. And I thought that
so what? They don't do background checks on cops. They must.
No, I'm sure they do.
But it's about the training to be a
Did
cop.
you know that the police union
Oh, I
opposed
know what you mean. Yeah.
IQ level for police officers?
And and this is kind of like, this kind of goes hand in hand with my feelings on gun control. And that's, if you're, with background checks, if you're stable and you're, mentally well, what are you afraid of for a little extra,
Katie,
a little
what's
extra
so
things to jump
interesting
through?
is the people that oppose gun control are the first ones to point out that the people that go around shooting up schools and everything are always white dudes that are on what?
No, here I'm going to have to differ with you. Every single time somebody shoots up a school, everybody's like, oh, it's a mental health issue. Well, it is a mental health issue because you aren't stable if you're shooting up a school. But the people that are shooting up schools are not people that are in services. You are stigmatizing the mentally ill. You are throwing a red herring into the conversation to divert attention from the fact that we have way too many fucking guns in this country.
Exactly. Why the hell do people need guns? We don't have them here.
But I'm saying, Vera, is that the people that are saying like, oh, well, we don't need stricter gun, regulations because the people that are shooting up schools are on, psychotropic medication.
But wouldn't that regulate them? Not make them.
Well, but then we're saying, okay, well then those people shouldn't be allowed to have guns. But then but they're fighting against that stuff.
My point with that is, like, if you're a legal gun owner, if you've been through all the courses, you're a responsible gun owner, you've been through all of that. Why are you having so many issues with a few extra hoops to jump for to keep the people who shouldn't have the guns away from the guns?
Exactly.
And I get it. I get it that people are always going to be able to get them illegally. That's just
I think part of the issue too is how many of them actually had their own guns, or they actually took somebody else's guns in the house.
There's just so many guns everywhere, though. That's the thing. Look, people here do. I said before, no one here has guns. People do. If you live on regional properties, things like that, you get licenses. You can have like a shotgun or a rifle, stuff like that. For pest control. But and there is hunting here, I guess, to a smaller degree. It does happen here, but not that. It's not a big thing. But the average person, like when I walk around the street, nobody's armed. No one has guns.
And I want to make this clear. I support the Second Amendment. I think if you're a responsible gun owner, if you're doing all the safety regulations, absolutely. Yes, Katie approved.
I'm just like pro guns. I'm the weird one on the show, which is so weird because I was definitely more about stricter gun laws, and now I've kind of changed my stance on it, which is going to be like, what?
I'm not opposed to guns, but you need to have insurance. You need to regulate that shit.
Yep.
You need to do a background check.
Yes,
and if you ever get violence arrest, maybe you need to wait 60 days. Maybe you need to have some sort of appeal process that's adjudicated by somebody in the mental health professional before you get an AR-15.
Our uteruses are more regulated than the guns in this country. That's what really.
If somebody has to go through a psychological screening to have a child through IVF, which is what I had to do, I'm pretty sure that there should be no issue in them having to go through a similar screening if they want to be a gun owner. That there would at least catch some flags and, hopefully be a step in the right direction to reducing the incidents that happen over there that are just awful.
Do you know what some women have to go through to get an abortion? They have to see this. They have to see this baby on an ultrasound. They have to be screened. They have to at least wait 24 hours, making sure that they are of sound mind to make this decision. And these people just, it blows my mind. This, we are more regulated. Women are more regulated than guns in this country. It makes me real feisty about it.
Start arming ourselves, Katie.
What was that?
Maybe we should arm ourselves, and maybe the men would give up their guns pretty quick if enough women were armed. I only want one gun reform legislation. One. And I think if we have this one reform, everything else will be solved. You have to insure your gun. You have to carry a liability insurance on that gun. And believe you me, once you give your insurance company that money, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure your gun is not used to kill somebody, and they'll enact every other piece of legislation that we can't get passed. We only need one. Insure your gun.
It's true.
My girl.
Preach it, girl.
I would love to be that insurance company.
They be making.
You could be. Get in on it now, girl. You hustle.
Medical insurance companies can go over there when we finally get socialized medicine.
I love it.
The amount of money. Oh my Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Because the stock market would just go.
Honestly.
So Jeff, Can you tell us about your upcoming episode with Miss Karen Ashley, please? Because I see we're getting towards the end of our show.
Miss Karen Ashley?
Miss
Well,
Karen.
I posted some new rewinds we've got up going on right now. So if you're new to the show or you haven't seen it, so right now, if you go to our page on Facebook or you go to our YouTube, actually, if you just go to YouTube, it's a lot easier. YouTube.com/uncensored radio. Right now we have about 1,000 hours of past episodes from Blog Talk that they're not, you can't see us, but you can hear us with Karen Ashley, Katrina A. Johnson, myself, and James, and some other people. Michael Fishman from The Connors. He was the co-host at one point. We have some of those episodes up right now. And then weekly, we drop like 2 episodes a week of Jake Petlin. He was, he's the son of Roseanne Barr. So he was on Roseanne's Nuts with her, if you were familiar with those episodes, that reality show she did. Those are all up. But so Karen's going to be on a special live episode on this coming Monday, June 22nd at 9 p.m. Hopefully Miss Katrina will not get stuck in air and she will be here. So, yeah. So it should be a special uncensored radio reunion.
Oh,
Where we'll be catching up, talking about all kinds of craziness and talking about what's going on in the world. So Karen will be here. But yeah, so we have Karen's birthday bash up. We've got Jason David Frank, who played the Green and Yellow Ranger from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Karen's birthday bash has, like, I think the chick who played the second Pink Ranger, Nakia. Like, there's a bunch of different Power Rangers that pop in.
Okay, so yeah, Catherine and JDF are actually in a new film coming out too. They're doing like Bat in the Sun does like all of these really high quality productions, and they're doing like a new Power Ranger fan film, which will be like high quality, and it's got Catherine and JDF in it.
Yeah, and over the years that we did the original run of the show, we had so many Power Ranger reunions of different original casts and different Rangers throughout the years. So those shows are going to be coming up. So make sure you check out our YouTube channel because we drop new Rewind episodes every week.
Randomly.
We have Josie Bissett from Melrose Place. That episode just dropped. She also did the Wedding March series on Lifetime with Jack Wagner. That is up as well. We're going to have a clip show. Leah Remy, when she first got fired from The Talk, we actually were the first people. It was our first big interview when it was just that other dude and I. We were the first people to actually interview her, like the day after she got fired. And it was shit. It was shit. I'll be honest. It was shit, guys. But
you were prepped.
No, bitch, we'd never interviewed anybody before. We were a little nothing, but I was like in all the chat rooms, and like all of a sudden we had like 300 people like listening, and I didn't know what the hell to do. And then didn't we get her to call in? I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? And like we had just started this little thing, like a local show, you know. No, we hadn't interviewed any guests. We weren't really ready. We had done maybe like 10 test shows, you know. Like,
yeah.
Karen wasn't even on the show yet. And then Leah Remy calls, and I'm like, holy shit. And that's how the show got started. So that's going to be like kind of clips coming up. So that's going to be dropping on YouTube. We had Cindy Stumpo. She was a chick on HGTV. She was a show called Tough as Nails. She's out of bus, and she's a crazy chick. She used to drop by. Steve Alton, he was the writer of the movie, the book Meg, which the movie Meg was based on. One of my favorite authors. He came on really early on in the show. So those are just some shows that'll be dropping. The Casey Anthony Prosecutor. That's one of our good shows. Ricky Lake. And so, yeah, guys, make sure Ricky Lake, we interviewed her.
Ricky.
So those are shows that'll be dropping in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you check out our YouTube channel, subscribe, like it. Please share. Guys, if you like these shows, we need your help. Share them on Facebook. Share them on Twitter. Share the YouTube channel episodes, guys. Come on, man. Help a homo out, will you?
So when are you going to that guy's house, Jeff? When's that video dropping? That live video?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. If we get 50 shares on tonight's episode.
Oh my gosh, you're really going. You're gonna risk
boy.
your life for
I
50
will
shares.
go 50 shares, just 50 shares.
I'm sharing tonight. We got 5 shares here.
I will go to the guy's house and I will live stream it on the show page. What should we do? We'll decide next Tuesday on air what night I'll go.
Oh,
Okay.
So that gives everybody
Katie's
time.
number
I mean, you're gonna die, but let's do
Oh,
it.
What was that?
boy.
That
Gotta
gives,
have your number written on his arm when he gets arrested.
Why my number? He's got
So
a
you can give him a lawyer.
He's got a family member that's a lawyer.
Is 50 enough? Is 50 enough? Should we do 100?
He doesn't need me. He's got family
100.
that's a
Should we do
lawyer.
100 shares? Let's do 100
100
shares.
shares.
100 shares. And I
100
will-
shares. Oh, now you're up in the ante. No, 50 shares you got to go to his door. 100 shares you got to knock.
Angie already started it. You're in trouble, Jeff.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
100 shares. No. We need to do 100. 100
shares of this show, of
Yes.
this episode.
Yeah.
This
Every week, like over 2,000 people watch this damn show. Like each show. The hell.
I'm watching our likes go up. So, I mean, for this
Likes?
episode, so, I mean,
Okay, they can like it all.
Yeah,
But I said
guys.
shares, bitches.
It's
Shares.
gonna happen.
So, okay, well, by
Jeff,
Tuesday.
can you play that video of Jeff,
So, it's
Jeff falling
Thursday.
over in the shop?
So by Tuesday. Oh yeah. So this is the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bitches. And see, they have
you
to
really
watch
play
all the way
it now?
to the end to know this. Yes.
This is my favorite. I love it.
That was my
That's
father's
why
daughter
nobody
that
would clean the
ran out
shop.
of the screen. I was trying to
My
buff
favorite.
those damn floors. That's why nobody wanted to work there. I know. Did you see how, dude? I fixed all that shit up. It was in the beginning. It was looking wretched. But okay, so 100 shares, and when we come back Tuesday live, we will make the plan on air. We'll get the comments. You guys will talk about it. We'll make the plan on Tuesday of what day we're gonna go there, and we're gonna live stream me going to this asshole's house.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
We're
not,
gonna do it, kids.
I'm not going to say it's a bad idea, but it's a bad idea.
Are you going to share the video, Katie? Because I am.
No,
We're
you
sharing this
guys don't
episode.
count. You two don't
That's
count.
Yes, we do.
Vera,
We
Vera,
absolutely
Vera, are you
count.
coming
We
with?
matter.
Are you gonna sit in the car?
We
Be
matter.
the getaway car?
I'll sit in the car. Yeah.
You'll be the getaway car. So James,
You leave the cars running too, Vera, because if he start getting shot up, you just drive off. Don't you go being a hero.
Vera's got to keep the windows rolled down.
First responder. He might
Vera-
spit on me though.
Vera's
know it's
got to
possible.
keep the doors open in the car, or at least the windows, so I can haul ass and dive through the window. And shoot the car.
You ain't going to get through the window, bitch. You're going to be sticking out like that girl in Scary Movie.
Yeah,
When she tried to climb out the garage.
half of my fat ass will be sticking out the window, but that don't
Oh
mean she
my.
can't peel out.
Thank you,
Are you
Samara. Samara shared it.
What
you,
kind
Jeff.
of fucking life do you think I live? Do you think
I'm
I
there
haven't
for
dove?
you.
You
I'll
think
drive
I-
the car.
All right,
I'll
come on, guys.
drive the car.
You think I haven't
I
dove through
see
a car
y'all in the
window?
chat room. If you're not sharing, you're not contributing to the cause. Come on.
You think I haven't dove through a car window and had to have somebody peel out before? Look, I
Hey,
used
we
to be
nearly had
skinny.
to. When we went jogging through that neighborhood, what kind of neighborhood did you take me to? That was scary.
Watch,
shit.
watch.
There's
my
people all
old
on their
neighborhood.
lawns with
It's where
guns. They just sit there with their guns
it's where I
drinking
grew up.
moonshine.
It's where I
And
grew up.
Jeff and I
Watch
are running
this son
past
of
him
a
in
bitch.
Lycra.
Watch
I'm
this
like,
dude
oh my
live
God,
around
we're
the
gonna go.
corner.
Where the
Watch
hell
it.
was that? That's not in our town.
Jefferson Street, where I grew up. I took him to my stomping grounds. Why do you think I'm not afraid of shit?
I gotta send you the videos, Vera, because they're pretty funny.
If you go to my comedy page, just Jeffrey Emmett, you can actually see the picture of Luke and I. We were filming for a new reality show that we're not actually. It's being we're actually filming a scripted series.
We'll still
now.
use the footage. From
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna release some stuff
Repackage.
actually for uncensored. We're gonna do like Luke's trip to America. But you guys can see there's a still shot up there of Luke and I. He got me dressed up in all this crazy shit to go work out.
We had leg warm. Did we know we had headbands like head
Yeah, he
warmers?
put me in like girls, like what kind of pants?
They were like oh, what are they called?
Don't you?
No, there's
dare.
another name for them.
Don't
What?
you dare.
Leggings.
No,
Stretch leggings.
I see.
You know, like the stretch
I
leggings that
see
you
that
work
look
out
at
in
you.
and
If
stuff.
you pull that
What are they
picture up,
called?
I swear to God.
What?
Pull it up, Jen.
Oh, I thought
No,
you were
Pull it up. And then we'll cut straight to the credits so he can't even argue.
Don't. No.
Do
No.
it.
See, he's.
James, do it. Do it.
I had nothing planned.
Do it. Do it.
Oh,
Get
I
on the
thought
page,
it was like.
Grab it.
trying to
Do
post
I had
photos.
nothing planned.
Do
I was
it.
not doing anything.
Do it.
I was
Do
not looking up
Do
for the
it, you
picture. I
pussy.
was not
Do
doing nothing. I swear
Do
to God.
it. Do it.
Everybody's
Swear
telling you to do
on
it, and now
all
you're
that
not
is
doing
holy.
it.
Do it.
Now you might as
Do
well.
it. Do it.
Drop out. We'll talk for 1 minute while you find that picture.
Does everyone want to see my ring impression again while he pulls that
If
up?
you go,
Yeah.
if you go to just Jeffrey Emmett, you can see it. It's on my head.
Katie, wait.
Head
Katie,
thing.
you're doing the ring impression, but you're saying it to Jeff's robber. So 7 days, because that's when Jeff's going to show up at his door. You ready?
Record this.
7 days, Edwin.
7 days, Edwin.
Well, since I'm an anti-white propagandist, you fucking white people are so weird.
Propagandist.
Oh, white people.
I'm just making up shit as I go. Propagandist? Is that a word?
Is this the picture?
That's the one.
Oh, that's a look. It really is a look, Jeffrey.
Well, the best part is then so as we're exercising, that's down by Lehigh Valley where the building burned down. So James is literally on the hood of a vehicle, poor James, with the camera
Our
hooked up
car.
to this rig, and he
And who
has
was
to film
driving the
us.
car?
Luke,
Tuna
look
Noodle.
at
Tuna
that
noodle,
picture.
tuna noodle. And she's driving up this hill, and my fat ass is trying to run up a hill with Luke. Oh my!
As soon as she hit the gas, I about slid off the trunk of the car.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the shit that I do for entertainment, man. You people don't even know what I go through to try to bring you some comedy, okay? And those pants that I can't even believe I wore. You could see that I
I
had
couldn't believe
nothing.
I found them. When I saw them, I'm like, oh my God, it all fell into place. I'm like, we're doing this.
It
You know
looked
what,
like I
Jeff?
was trying to smuggling.
I didn't know he was
cheese.
taking me to Crackville, though, but hey.
You know what, Jeff? I'll show you some solidarity. I was telling you guys early on in the quarantine that I had bought this home equipment to work out, TRX equipment, and I don't know if anyone knows what really that is, but it's like the words are escaping me, but basically it's not bungee cords, but it's just like
Resistance court, like the resistance.
Resistance training.
yes, and some of the workouts require me to be like in the air pretty much, and I'll record that and I will give it to James and I'll do it for you, Jeff.
Can we play Olivia Newton-John while you're doing it?
If James doesn't put physical as the background music before airing it, then I'm going to be really pissed off about it, honestly.
I would really be pissed.
There's like whole licensing issues and
Fine, can we get some like parody of it or something? Okay, so you record me a parody or something.
Yes.
Let's see what I can do.
Let's do exercise. Exercise. I want to do exercise. There, I did it. I did it for you.
And then it just shows just a shot of Jeff all sweaty running up that hill.
I'll
We
even
can
do it.
release the music video. We'll do it.
Listen,
I'll do it as the bitch from the ring. I will do it as the bitch from the ring.
I can't wait to see if that asshole's like looking on the police blotter, you know, and he sees his mug shot and sees that I shared it or whatever, saw my comment, and then he sees that we do the show, and then he sees that I'm coming for him, and he's all
Well, you know, I'm
scared
cutting
and
that video of Katie doing the 7 days Edwin, and I'm sharing it everywhere. I'm doing it.
Oh, that's the best
You started this, Jeff. You started
You
this.
sharing this show
work
don't
I've
count.
done.
Because
Mwah.
you know I can see who shares it. So I'm looking. I'm going to be counting. Okay? And Angie, by the way, I love you. I just went and looked at all the comments. I
Yeah.
just love her.
I got to read them all. I can see there's like 30-something comments I haven't read. Since I
No,
last...
there's like,
Quick, run the credits so I can read.
She's the new show favorite. We love you,
I do
Angie.
it looks like,
Good night, everybody. Make sure you're
Good night,
Bye,
following us.
everyone.
Subscribe
see
to
you
YouTube.
Monday.
Monday
Make sure you
night,
tune in
9 p.m.
Monday for
Eastern, Karen Ashley.
Mighty people of empowerment. Look at those titties. Look at those titties. Some tit-o bitties.